What is your destiny? That is the question that changed the trajectory of my life. Let me take you back with me to the year 2008. It was 2 years before my 50th birthday. You know, the big 5-0. And I am working out at the gym with my trainer, Mike. And I say to him, Mike, you are living your passion. You are helping people improve their fitness, their health, and their lives. Me, although I had been working in the pharmaceutical industry and had a successful career for 2 decades, I felt like something was missing. I felt disconnected, like I was on autopilot. I say to Mike, you've got to help me find a side hustle. At that moment, I look down on the counter in front of us, and I see a postcard. I pick the postcard up, and it's advertising a movie by the name of Destiny. And that word hit my 40, now take this number in, 40 billion cells. That's how many cells we have in our body. And it felt like it activated me. I thought about that word as I continued to work out. I thought about that word as I was driving home. And it morphed. It morphed into a 4-word question. What is your destiny? When I got home that night, and while I was going to bed, it was the last thing that I thought about. And I asked myself that question, Wendi, what is your destiny? I woke up the next morning inspired. I went and grabbed a cup of coffee, my pen, and my journal. I wrote at the top of the first page, what is your destiny? And then all of these messages started to flow through. My destiny is to be fit and fearless by the time I'm 50, even though I wasn't really feeling fearless. My destiny is to be confident and courageous. I wanted to have more courage. My destiny is to be timeless, limitless, boundless, and ageless. And then I recall that when my first son, Daniel, was born, I took his cute little onesies and I got paint markers and started putting messages on the onesies, and I sold them to some of the other moms. So I thought to myself, let me run and grab some supplies, and instead of writing the messages in the journal, actually put them on a t-shirt. So I go to Target and I pick up the white blank t-shirts and I grab black Sharpies and I take the shirt, I write, what is your destiny on the front of it. On the back of it is to be grateful, appreciative, and count my blessings, to be fit and toned and in the best shape of my life, to be timeless, limitless, and boundless, and ageless. Oh, yeah. And then I'm thinking, this is my side hustle. I can sell these t-shirts. I can have them screen printed and I can sell them at events. So that's exactly what I did. And then something really interesting happened. People started to buy them. Go figure. A lot of people started to buy them. And then I'm thinking, this is really becoming something. And then, especially after I get a handwritten letter from Ashley Judd telling me that she loves the shirts. I mean, come on. I mean, like, Ashley Judd is buying my shirts. And then I get a phone call. I answer the phone. This woman says, I have a lot of your designs. Do you have any new ones? And then she says to me, by the way, I don't wear your shirts. I say, really? And then she says, I hang them around my room and I read them. And that's when it hits me that it was never really about the shirts. It was about the messages that were on the shirts. So I decided to take the messages and put them into a book. So I published one. Thank you. And then doors started to open. Opportunities started to come. Someone asked me to help them publish a book. Someone else asked me to speak at their event. Somebody else asked me to help them create a journal. And suddenly, I'm now making money doing this. The side hustle was becoming a real tangible business, and that's when I knew that I needed to turn in my resignation. But I was scared. Not a little bit scared. I was really afraid. My kids were in college, and for most of their life, I was a single mom. I was used to a steady, predictable income, a safe income. It was the only thing that I knew. And I really loved the people that I worked with. So I gave myself a long runway. I gave myself a year and a half to practice the resignation. I'm going to rehearse it. So I knew we had this big meeting, and everybody was going to be at this meeting in San Francisco. Doctors, everybody from the company. And I'm a chicken, so I wait until the very, very last day. I call a cab, a taxi. Okay, there was no Uber then. So I call a cab, it's 4 o'clock, so I know I got to make it fast. So I go looking for Jeff, my boss, and I tell him I need to talk to him, and he thinks I want to go look at some medical research. And then I give him a really serious look, and then he gets it. And then he's looking around, he opens the door, we slip inside. Literally, we are in what looked like a linen closet. I tell him that I'm turning in my resignation. His response to me is, don't tell anybody. I'm going to call you on Monday. So I said, okay. I've resigned. I'll wait for the call on Monday. Monday he calls, and he says to me, what if you can do both? I get goosebumps. So I did. What I know to be true, that when we show up and we're courageous and we're living our calling, sometimes life meets you halfway. I call it divine intervention. And here's what I know, that I know to be true. Every single one of us here have dreams and ideas and desires, and most of the time we sweep them under the rug. But there's another version awaiting to birth inside of you. Here's the reason why. Because we are limitless. I reverse engineered my resignation, and I want to invite you to join me of a moment of visualizing the end of this year, 8 months from now. You can keep your eyes open. You can close them if you want. And I want you to go forward to December 31st, 2026. And maybe you're out and you're having dinner. Maybe you're dancing. Maybe you're home. Maybe you're asleep. And I just want you to envision you, where you gave yourself full permission to live life full out this past year. And you are proud of yourself. To actually feel that, what that feels like in your body. And now, if you close your eyes, open your eyes back up. You, no matter what your age is, you, no matter what your circumstances, you are never too young. You're never too young. And you are never too old. You're never too old. 3 powerhouse women that I've supported to help them publish their books are here tonight. One you heard from earlier, Alexa, right? Launching her book tonight, is 33 years old and changing the world. You are never too young. We are never too young. Lenore Nolan Ryan, her book, Love is the Main Ingredient, sitting right here, front row. Her cookbook, memoir, and life lessons. Lenore is launching her book March 30th. Lenore is 73 years old. We are never too old. Sitting next to her is Ann Goldberg. Ann Goldberg, we published her book 6 months ago. Take that phone and shove it. Right? Right? Ann is going to be on the Today Show in 4 days. Ann is 74, going to turn 74 years old this month. This month. Seriously, take that in. There is no age gap. We can be unstoppable until our last breath. You, my friend, whether it's writing a book or launching the next phase of your life, whatever that looks like. For me, I am 65 years old. And I'm just getting started. So I leave you with this. What chapter or book of life are you writing? Remember, we are never too young, and we are never too old. Life is right on time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.